being done by Mr. Rahul Tahiliani. He is the Regional Head, Corporate Cash Management Sales, North Yes Bank.
Hi, good evening. I hope I'm audible. It's working fine. Thank you. A warm greeting to all of you from the whole Yes Bank family. So before I start, I just want to quickly follow the important tradition of thanking our host, Department of IT, UT of Ladakh, and the organizers, ilouge Media, and all the dignitaries who are here gracing the occasion at the wonderful location of Leh. So before I start with the key content, the main content about my presentation, I want to quickly talk about Yes Bank very briefly. I think it's a well-known bank, pan-India now. So we are the 6th largest private sector bank of the country, having branches across India. So our total branch strength has grown more than 1,200 now. And now we are a universal bank. So we initially started as a corporate bank, now subsequently started moving as more of a universal bank, offering complete suite of banking services, be it wholesale banking, retail assets, credit card. Complete product suite is up and available with Yes Bank. So I would want to now get back to the topic quickly. Our topic today is empowering digital transformation through e-governance. So how do we achieve that? I want to introduce the building blocks that we have, which we used to serve the e-governance projects that we do on behalf of various departments and ministries of Government of India. So first of all, I would want to introduce our digital stack. So we have a concept called Yes Connect. So Yes Connect is nothing but a marketplace like Amazon for all our APIs and digital offerings that we do. Now these APIs are majorly, and you will be pleased to know that Yes Bank was the first bank to commercially launch banking APIs in India. That means you could bank from your own ERP. You don't have to come to bank. You could typically integrate banking APIs and do banking from your own ERPs, from your own systems. So then what we did, we thought, okay, we have started developing our APIs, but we can't rely on our APIs. We want to give a full-scale digital solutions from this discussion perspective for all G2B and G2C services or G2C entities. So what we did, we started partnering with various entities who has some specific expertise in various solutions, digital solutions. And we clubbed it together under a Yes Connect umbrella. I'll request all of you, if you get a chance, just make a note of this URL, which is yesconnect.yesbank.in, easy to remember. I'm sure you would not have seen a marketplace like Amazon for banking products and banking APIs. So therein, as I said, we have listed more than 30 partners. There are more than 450 APIs. It could be Yes Bank APIs or partner APIs. And in all together, it is offering in excess of 100 solutions. And these 100 solutions, predominantly I'm talking about from the G2B or G2C services perspective. This will keep on increasing. If I include the corporate businesses, this will be close to 500 now. Now what we did, so we had in digital stack, our own stack, partner stack. What we did a sachetization of solutions across G2B and G2C. So what it meant is that whenever, let's say a ULB wanted a solution, so we don't have to create a solution. We already put it into various smaller sachets and went to ULB saying that these are the offerings that we have for you. You pick and choose which are the offerings that you want. And most of the offerings will be plug and play. Obviously, we do offer option to customize from a minor customization to complete overhauling of the system basis the requirement of a particular case. But we are ready with those smaller sachets for all simple groupings. So for example, if somebody wants to do a DBT payment, we have a complete fund management solution which can facilitate DBT. If there is a requirement, as I mentioned, ULBs, DAs want a solution, we have a stack which is ready, which most of it can be plug and play. Similarly, as we go along education, we have created a separate route. CNA SNA, before CNA SNA scheme was announced and the process that was announced, we were already ready with our fund management solution, which we call as 𝐂𝐸𝐿, Yes Accounting Reconciliation and Transaction Hub. So as I said, and this is only a representation, there are certain more solutions that we offer, curated solutions that we offer, which goes beyond these specific G2B and G2C businesses as well. So, sorry, I just wanted to highlight what it has led to for government and corporate businesses is our market leadership. You will be surprised to know that YBL, that is Yes Bank, processes 1 in every 3 digital payment transactions that happen in the India. So we are still a small bank, probably on most of the factors 1 or 2% of the overall banking industry. But in terms of the digital payments, transactions, we do 1/3 of every transaction that happens in the country. And that is quite visible in our UPI leadership. 38% transaction goes through Yes Bank platforms. Similarly, various products, AEPS again ranked number 1, 23.8% transactions in the country is routed through Yes Bank. That is all because of predominantly because of our digital stack. So this is, I've just tried to show certain curated stacks, which I talked about in my previous slide, that, for example, local bodies. So we have created solutions very specifically for local bodies in terms of what could be their requirement. Their requirement could be they want to enhance their revenue collections. Their requirement could be they would want a citizen services portal or an app. So what we have done is we already have in-house solutions or partner solutions, which has the basic structure ready, wherein there is a basic citizen services portal ready, an app ready, and you can customize it as per your requirement, and it is ready to be delivered within a short span of 30 to 45 days. We don't have to create from scratch. Most of the solutions in the base shell form is already available. Similarly, for education segment, again, the stress is more toward digitalization and creating efficiencies in the system. So what we have done is we have created fee management solutions. We have invested a lot of money, time and money in creating an old solution, which we call a Smart Pay, which again, as I said, is ready to use but still customizable solution for digital fee collection. And it's an omni-channel solution. Within the same solution, you can facilitate physical fee collection, you can facilitate digital fee collection across platforms, whether it is UPI, payment gateway, normal IMPS, NEFTs, all are facilitated within a single platform. Similarly, the cashless campus solution. Quickly, I want to talk about that, which we have implemented, where we have tried to make the complete education university or a college completely cashless. That means the student, teacher, faculty, or anybody in the institute or university doesn't have to carry cash. He can simply hold a card and do everything using that card. And when I say cashless, it doesn't mean only financial transactions. The same card can be used as a library card, it can be used as an ID card, and the same card can be used in mess for payment, same card can be used in a store within the premises of the university for making payments. So this is another very interesting solution that we have. So what we have done is beyond banking as well. So what we do is we have offered various ERP solutions as well. So there are smaller universities, smaller colleges who doesn't have an ERP. So we have tied up a partner with a plug-in banking solution. So it doesn't have to do 2 integrations. You take an ERP solution and banking comes complementary along with it. You can start banking the day the ERP is integrated. Lastly, a curated stack I want to talk about is the agri segment. So agriculture segment, we have a completely customizable solution. Thanks to the e-governance initiatives of most of the state governments, the agri procurement is predominantly digitalized everywhere. But wherever there is a scope of digitalization, we offer our solution. Where the systems are already there, we just use our APIs to do banking integration. That means from the same system itself which they have integrated, they can initiate all banking transactions. That means अगर कोई digital mandi solution use कर रहा है, they don't have to come to bank platform to make payments from there. From the digital Mandi solutions, payments will get triggered using our APIs, and the bank account will get it and will paid out to the respective beneficiaries, wherever it has to be paid out. So that is the beauty of API. This is just a sample representation of the various sachets that we have created. Again, this runs into about 20 sachets that we have beyond these businesses as well. So this is another very important slide that I want to talk about. Most of it, you would have heard of it. This all gets classified as a public digital infrastructure. Most of these projects have a direct sponsorship of PMO, nothing below that. So Invest India, Digital India, or Invest India, and most of these departments are directly or indirectly linked with all these initiatives. So happy to share with you more specifically about ONDC, CBDC, and ULIP. Yes Bank was either the first bank or first set of banks to partner with the respective departments and happily agreed to pilot on all these initiatives. So for example, PFMS, SNA, CNA solution, as I talked about, Movement SNA guidelines were released where the funds are supposed to be kept in a central account and no money was to be kept in various accounts. We had our 𝐃𝐢𝐠𝐢𝐭𝐚𝐥 solution ready. Similarly, when we talk about ONDC, Open Network for Digital Commerce, so I hope most of you would have heard about ONDC. I'm presuming that you've heard about ONDC. So it is a government's initiative of democratizing the digital or e-commerce, wherein we are helping various government departments to come on ONDC as sellers. So we have worked with a lot of government entities who were earlier not selling online and ensured that they come, and we ensured that they come on ONDC and act as a seller online. Like Bihar Khadi Gram Udyog. They were not selling online, but we have ensured, we have worked with them and bought them on ONDC. CBDC is another very interesting concept, which is digitizing the physical rupee that we are using in today's time. So we have worked with government on pilot for both CBDC retail and CBDC wholesale part of the businesses as the first 4 banks to pilot with Government of India, wherein we are helping various government merchants to facilitate collections through CBDC. So for example, DSIDC in Delhi is an example. FDDI, it's a government institute in Delhi, in Noida is an example. Similarly, IOCL outlets is what we have helped coming on CBDC, where we have enabled all those merchants to take money in digital form. So CBDC is nothing but physical currency in digital form. So all of them are now enabled to collect money in digital form. So one interesting fact quickly I want to share with you about Yes Bank. So it is not only about banking, and Yes Bank probably would be the only bank in the country who has an advisory function as well. So when I say advisory function or team, that we have a specific team of consultants, and there are 2 broad teams that are there, broad groupings are there. One is the corporate and government advisory, and second is more specifically working towards food and agri strategic advisory. So what this team does is basically these teams act as a financial advisor, project advisor, or even any strategic advisory or scheme related advisory that any of the government department wants. So this is mostly a pro bono work that we do. So whereas there is a scheme in Government of India, food and agri related scheme where an entity is qualified to get a grant. So our team of consultants work with those respective departments to create a project report or a business plan for them to enable them to get a grant. So this is end-to-end is taken care by the advisory team of Yes Bank. So again, a few of the interesting projects that I quickly wanted to talk about, and Munish sir did also mention about this. So 𝐶RID, we did a wonderful project for 𝐶RID, wherein in a lot of the DBT disbursements, there is a requirement of the beneficiary account validation, where we need to check whether the money is going to the right account. So somebody mentioned, yes, after the Modi government is ensured that if 1 rupee is disbursed, the 1 rupee gets credited to the beneficiary. But another aspect is also critical, that 1 rupee is going to the right account. It should not be going to the wrong account. So this is where we come in. The only way before we launched this solution was to do a penny drop. So what used to happen, आपने भी देखा होगा कि कभी आपके अकाउंट में 1 रुपये आके गिरते हैं. So that is nothing but to validate your account, whether this is actually your account or not. So what we did, and consider in a scenario, for example, we actually did it in Parivar Pehchan Patra, which Munish talked about. So they had lakhs and crores of beneficiary. Consider a scenario where 1 rupee has to be sent to every single beneficiary to validate whether the account is correct or not. And what we did, we saved that money by offering a natch validation solution, where we said, no need to send any money, just send the account details with NPCI's product or help. We will tell you whether the beneficiary's account number is correct or not. So therein we did actual savings in terms of cost that was to be done, taken care of in terms of the beneficiary account validation. Last, will not take much of your time. The last piece I want to talk about is the Yes Bank. Another business where Yes Bank is pretty strong is the business correspondent business, BC business. So what we have done, using our strength in BC business for the government initiatives. So for example, Mission Shakti is an initiative which we did for government of Odisha, wherein there are certain self-help groups, wherein we appointed them as our BCs. And what it ensured is, first, the payments to them got streamlined, and this solution enabled them to get more income from the same businesses. So what a BC does is, BC can offer any of the services. So DMT, subsidy disbursements, even farm loan insurance, vehicle loan insurance. The same entity who's doing any other business is empowered to offer all these services the moment it becomes BC. He can do a recharge, he can do an electricity bill payment. So what we did, same help groups, we helped them in getting additional income by just becoming BC. And a lot of governments are working on it. For example, Rajasthan government is working very extensively to make their fair price shops as BCs, to make their milk booths as their BCs, to ensure that they get more income, gets more income, and it benefits the people in the periphery also, who doesn't have to go far and get those services from the local stores as well. So I can keep on speaking, but I will not take much time. So it's a strong, as I said, thanks a lot for patiently listening to me. I know it's a post-lunch session, so it's slightly difficult. So we are here. It's a strong representation of Yes Bank here. We have representation from government banking, from transaction banking, which I represent, and digital banking. We are happy to discuss all these solutions and much more during our networking sessions and probably over dinner. Thanks a lot.
Rahul, that was quite work Yes Bank is doing in all the sectors. Congratulations for that. So, beautiful presentation that is made. And for the felicitation ceremony, I would like to request on stage Commodore B.K. Munjal, VSM Advisor Defense Government E-Marketplace, Government of India, to kindly do the honors of presenting the memento to Mr. Rahul Tahiliani, Regional Head Corporate Cash Management Sales, North, Yes Bank. Center of the stage, sir. There you are.